Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you're from. This is Kavita Ramchan from Life Success Coaching in Mauritius. So, as usual, we are continuing reading the book You Were Born Rich. We are on chapter 4, which is Let Go and Let God. All right, so now, last time we saw that Bob said that you need to speak to yourself. Okay, and today we are going to read what you need to speak to yourself when you're talking. So you want to start by saying your name. Like, let's say it's me, I'll say, Kavita, you are a child of God, and the being God made was never intended for the sort of weak, negative life you are leading. God made you for success, not failure. God never made anyone to be a failure. You are perverting the great object of your existence by giving way to these miserable doubts of yourself, of your ability to be what you desire with all your heart to be. You should be ashamed to go out amongst your associates with a long, sad, dejected face, as though you were a misfit, as though you lacked creative power within, as though you did not have the ability to do what your Creator sent you here to do. You were made to express what you long to express. Why not do this? Why not stand and walk like a conqueror, like a David who slew Goliath, instead of giving way to discouragement and doubt and carrying on like a failure? The image of perfection, the image of your Creator, lies within you. You must bring it to the center of your conscious thought and express it to the world. Don't disgrace your Maker by violating that image, by being everything but the magnificent success God intended you to be. This is what you're supposed to talk to yourself every day. Okay, now imagine this. How many of us actually talk like that to ourselves? And how many of us actually know that we are here to do what our heart wants to express? I'm from Mauritius. This never happened. We never learned that we are supposed to express what's inside us, what God intended for us to do in the world. And today, a lot of people, especially my age, we are feeling so stuck because, like obedient children, we listened to our parents, and our parents told us to do this or whatever their dreams were, probably. And we did that. We didn't realize what we were doing at that time because we thought that our parents were right. We don't blame them for doing that because they didn't know. They thought their parents were right. So each generation basically just followed the previous generation, maybe got a little better. Like today, I tell my children, do what you love to do, you know. But I didn't do what I wanted to do at that time. So then I saw history repeating itself with my kids. They were not doing what they wanted to do. They were not even expressing it. So finally, I had to take a stand and said, where am I going wrong? What is going wrong? Why are they not doing? I can see they have so much talent. I was telling my son, you're such a great graphic designer. He's like, no, you're saying this just because you're my mother. I'm like, no, you really are good. You should go into this field. And he eventually went into business because business is what we are into. And he just followed. He just followed. Thinking, because you see, you're telling yourself those things. You're telling yourself, I was telling myself I wanted to become an actress. I was a Bollywood fan. I used to love Madhuri's dances. I used to dance like her also, like copy what she would do and dance the same. And people used to call me, you dance so well like Madhuri and all. And I was like, yeah, but inside I never believed that I could become an actress. I just went by what the masses were doing, following. And what happens when you do that? When you don't honor your own dream, life sends you blows. If you're not going in the direction that was created to you by your creator, then you will get kicks from everywhere to get back on track. Very important to understand that, because if we don't change it in ourselves, we are passing it to our children, and that's not pleasant. Okay. There is a tremendous achievement force and upbuilding. Sorry, I missed something. There's a tremendous achievement force and upbuilding and strengthening power in the asserting of confidence in the Creator and that you are created in His image. This is not egotism, not the glorification of the parody of the man or woman which wrong thinking or wrong living has made. We are all going in the 95% of the population is still in that thinking today. You are simply asserting your kinship with God. You're simply telling yourself, I have the power to do what I want to do because God is my father. You know, God is my father, God is however you want to call it. Like in Hindi, I tell sometimes my students in Hindi, like I have some students from India, I say, you are Raja ka beta. Raja is king. We say God is the higher power, supreme power. You are his child. Your father just is somebody who was appointed to take care of you, but you are God's child. So think how much power you have in you. Why you lack that confidence? Okay. Do not force it to happen. Now this is very important. Don't be in a rush, don't force. There should be no force associated with the manifestation of your image because force negates. Trying to do it your way by forcing things to happen is not necessarily God's way. Therefore, learn to follow the quiet voice within that speaks in feelings rather than words. Follow what you hear inside rather than what others may be telling you to do. Be aware that the quiet voice within often tells you to do things which run counter to the way most people live their lives. But do not be unduly concerned by this. Many of the world's greatest leaders were considered heretics by their peers simply because they chose to march to the tune of a different drummer. These individuals were following the quiet voice within them rather than doing the things considered fashionable in their way. So you see, there were people there are people who've done it. It's not that there's nobody who did that. The Wright brothers who gave the world the aviation industry. The Thomas Edison who invented the incandescent light. We didn't have the light before that. It came to somebody's mind that that's his dream. So there were people who were like that, who no matter what society dictated, they did what they wanted to do, and that's good. That's the right way. They honored their own desire. And I know a lot of people who have actually done that, but they hold a lot of guilt inside because a lot of people saw them as being wrong to do what they love to do. And because we always want to please our parents, so we keep guilt inside of us for not doing what our parents wanted us to do. And that guilt affects our health eventually. And that's why you see there's a global health crisis in the world today. How many people are actually following their dreams? Tell me, right? All right, so there we'll end over here for today, and I will continue. Today's Thursday, so my next session will be on Tuesday. Thank you so much for being here, and I know this is nice to hear, but it's something we need to implement for us to see results. Just knowing this is not enough. We have to put it into practice. What's your dream? What are you here for? Think. All right, take care, everyone. Bye bye.